Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. This video is 10 fragrance reviewers that I follow and you should follow too. Now this video was born out of constant questions, especially in real life, my actual life, of once people learn that I'm an actual fragrance reviewer and I tell them that there are more fragrance reviewers that are out there, they're like, well, who should I follow? Who should I follow? I often give them a recommendation either based on who they are or based on what they say that they're actually looking for in that. And so that's where this list of 10 goes. I started thinking about it and I'm like, all right, well there's really kind of like 10 different reviewers that I'm thinking about. And that's where this list is born out of. But before we actually get into it, there's a couple of ground rules to cover. Ground rule number one. First, this is not an exhaustive, this is not a top 10 list where I rank top 10 reviewers. That's not what this list is. Please get that out of your head right now. I'm not ranking reviewers. That's not my business. That's not my job. I don't want to do that. That's not what this list is. All right? Moving on. Number two, this is not a comprehensive list of all of the reviewers. These are only 10 that I thought best fit that category. So this is primarily geared towards other fragrance reviewers. Do not feel slighted if you do not see your name on this video. It's just that I had these 10 guys in mind just because they're the ones who I generally funnel people to. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the very first category. So the first category that I have is all around best channel. This honor goes to Redolessence. Now when I say all around best channel, what I mean is I want a channel that combines all these factors of reviewing into one just good mix. So what I mean by that is I want a lot of content reviewed. I want short reviews, reviews that are easy to understand, knowledgeable, concise to that matter, very well presented, and Redolessence really epitomizes that. His channel is excellent, so if you're looking for just an all-around good channel, you want to check out Redolessence. Now the next category is newest releases. If you want a channel that really specializes in providing you the most up-to-date fragrance releases, that channel would have to go to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, otherwise known as Carlos. Now his channel repeatedly has the newest releases. As soon as he can get his hands on something that's new, if it's new, he's probably going to try and review it. So if you're interested in the newest fragrances, you definitely want to check out Carlos's channel. For our next category, we're dealing with the lion's share. The number one reason I would say that most people get into fragrances to begin with, and that is compliments. If you are looking for a channel where you want fragrances that are recommended that give you compliments, you want compliment getting fragrances, look no other than the numero uno guy in the community, Jeremy Fragrance. Now, he is easily the best reviewer when it comes to compliments and finding fragrances and giving fragrance recommendations where women will give you compliments on the other side. So definitely look at his channel for that. He has a very solid channel, great presentation, and if you look at it, any number of videos, you're going to find great recommendations for fragrances that'll get you compliments. So obviously, yes, check out Jeremy Fragrance's channel. Now moving on to creative videos. These videos are often different than other fragrance reviewers. They're different than your normal reviews, top 10 list. We're looking at Simply Put Sense. Now Simply Put Sense channel, he's got a lot of original ideas, and when I look at his channel, I know that I'm going to get something new or something that hasn't been done really in the fragrance community, and that's really refreshing. It's a different change of pace. So if you're looking for unique videos in that respect as far as fragrances go, you want to check out Simply Put Sense. Now moving on to fragrances for the average everyday guy. I really think Fragboy Stewie represents this particular category pretty well. He comes off and has a channel that really specializes in, hey, I'm just an everyday guy and I'm trying out these fragrances and I'm giving you my recommendation. And so you kind of feel like you're on that same journey with them. And it really does show. So his channel has grown and grown, and it really is a good channel specifically for that. So definitely check out Fragboy Stewie's channel. Now if you're a designer head and you really love designer fragrances, look no further than A Gentleman's Journey, also known as Chad's channel. this guy consistently comes up with a ton of fragrances from the designer side that I haven't even heard of, and a lot of them end up being pretty good smelling. So definitely, I like looking at his channel for the next upcoming designer fragrance or designer fragrance that I missed. His channel really does the designer fragrances well on that. So check out A Gentleman's Journey if you are into designer fragrances. Now on the flip side, opposite of designer, you've got your niche side. If you want niche fragrances and you really like to view niche fragrance reviews, look at Riz Frags 34. I'm so used to calling him Creed Frags, but his channel has a lot of quality niche fragrances that are out there. He's got an impressive collection, and he really knows what he's talking about when it comes to niche fragrances for that matter. So definitely check out his channel. Great addition, Riz Frags 34. So if you're into top 10 lists and top 10 lists are your thing, there really can only be one channel that you would go to, and that is Cascade Sense. Cascade Sense has a ton of top 10 lists out, and the variety there is stunning. If there's a top 10 list that you can think of, if he hasn't done it already, he's probably going to do it in the future. I personally love viewing top 10 lists in other things that I do, not just fragrances, but I like top 10 gaming lists, I like top 10 watches, blah, 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 and all this stuff. I like viewing top 10 lists, especially somebody who's not really into something. But anyways, if you're into top 10 lists, take a look at Cascade Sense. Now, for the next, if you really want to learn about a single fragrance, if you really want to know everything there is about a single fragrance, Robes 08. Fragrance Guru, look no other than his channel. He has the most in-depth fragrance reviews. His reviews it's not uncommon for them to go 20, 30 minutes. So, and generally speaking, they have everything in them that you wish to know about a fragrance. Its history, its background, how much it costs, what it looks like, everything you can think of, it'll be there. So if there's one particular fragrance that you have in mind, see if his channel has it. And I would definitely suggest seeing his review to learn all you want to know about it. Or even if it's a fragrance that you want to go ahead and purchase, check to see if his channel has it, because it will be there. Alright? So Robes 08. Now this last category is the upcoming category, which I basically mean this is a fragrance channel that I have been watching just because it's been putting out solid content. The channel is by Kevin Samuels. I have really liked what I've seen. I like the presentation, I like the varied content, I like the frequency of the content. It's coming along and I really enjoy it. So it's a channel that I highly recommend you guys, start following or watching if you can, and take a look at the content that's coming out. So that concludes 10 fragrance channels that I watch and that you should watch too. Let me know if you have a list of channels that you watch, and put them down in the comments below, just because I often find out fragrance reviewers that I don't know about from these kind of comments and when people tell me about these reviewers that are out there. So it's always nice to learn more. Let's help each other out. Let's kind of expand things, all right? So that's pretty much it. Take a look out. I may have another video coming out with 5 fragrance reviewers that I wish would return. So keep a lookout for that. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.